Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be sharing with you 10 manhwa where the MC gets a cheat system, and hopefully, you find something you'll enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First up on our list, we have Allrounder. Our protagonist, Jerem, has been having terrifying nightmares about people being killed by zombies. So he seeks the assistance of a psychiatrist named Choi Ne. The nightmares are so real that they have destroyed his life. Choi does everything she can to heal him, but she is unable to cure him completely. However, he shortly realizes that his nightmares foreshadow the events that will occur. Now Jerem uses his knowledge of the future to fight the undead with an additional system that allows him to copy the skills of other people. This is an excellent manhwa. The plot notion bends familiar plot elements into an engaging story, and the artwork is incredibly detailed. The zombies, in particular, are depicted in a variety of styles throughout the manhwa, all of which are equally well drawn. Moving on, we have Kemi. Before Han Young-woo took part in a suspicious clinical experiment for a new medicine, his life was of no significance. All of the molecular biology-related knowledge is contained in this pill. Han Young-woo overcame the 1 in 10,000 chance, and the medication started to take effect. He had no idea that one pill might completely alter the course of his life. The plot is interesting, but it is also somewhat complicated. It is only intended for people who are interested in science. Otherwise, I don't recommend reading it because it will become a bit tedious. Coming in at number 8, we have the novel's extra. Waking up, Kim Ha-jin finds himself in a familiar world but an unfamiliar body. A world he created himself and a story he wrote, yet never finished. He had become his novel's extra, a filler character with no importance to the story. In this manhwa, Kim Ha-jin is reincarnated in the novel as a side character and must find a way to get into the main plot of the story. Both the art and the story are excellent. The main character is smart and uses his knowledge of the novel to his advantage. Furthermore, he is a dedicated worker who will go to any length to better himself. While the side characters aren't particularly well written, the action scenes are quite terrific and keep you entertained. So, if you're looking for a manhwa with a cheat system, this is the one to read. Coming in at number 7, we have Postapocalyptic Dispatch Company. Xiao Meng was betrayed by his best friend and lost everything he had worked for. With a bankrupt business, a $10 million debt, a betrayal, and a girlfriend that ran away, he attempted suicide by jumping from a building. The unlucky Xiao Meng awoke to find himself surrounded by zombies. Now he must survive and find a way out of his current situation as soon as possible. This is a fairly nice manhwa. You can empathize with the characters, they all have pretty great backstories. The art is also pretty amazing, and the mix of colors makes it look so vivid that I feel like I was watching an anime, rather than reading it. Overall, it's a good manhwa, but it's not a masterpiece. Coming in at number 6, we have, Is This Hunter for Real? Choi Kong-sik was an ordinary cameraman, but fate chooses him to become extraordinary. Trying to survive in the world overrun by powerful monsters, he aims to become the #1 monster streamer, so he could one day get his revenge on the monster that killed his entire family. The MC is really creative, and he makes good use of his surroundings when attacking his enemies. The art is good, and the plot is equally good. The main character grows swiftly and quickly becomes one of the strongest person in his country. The plot can be a little confusing because it's probably not something you've seen before, but it's a fun read. Give it a few chapters and see if it's your type of story. Coming in at number 5, we have System Rules. Yoon Si-woo, a master of the combat game Bloodfist, received a special gift. He can perceive a system that appears while playing games, even in real life. Si-woo became tired of the game and attempted to utilize his talents to conquer his school, but was defeated by Snow Leopard Hong Minji. Soon after, Si-woo joins the martial arts club to compete with him again. This school fighting type manhwa is very good. The story is a little bit unique from the generic school fighting manhwa I've read so far, and all the characters have their unique personality. The fight scenes are also well transitioned. Coming in at number 4, we have Sleeping Rancor. After sleeping a total of 10,000 hours inside the hottest online game around, Lee Hyun-sung becomes one overpowered player. He's given an exclusive hidden class with an array of unique skills, one of which allows him to fight in his sleep. He's slowly making his way up to the top, and everyone from the developers to other players is starting to take notice of this odd rookie. I'm not going to overhype this series. Honestly, the story is a bit overused if you are already familiar with the full dive game style manhwas. The artwork is fantastic. It shines brightest in fighting scenes. The characters are also quite generic. Aside from that, it's a fun read. Coming in at number 3, we have Carnivore Hunter. After holes appeared in the sky, many otherworldly beasts began appearing on the planet. A few humans had awakened superpowers and received the title of metahumans so they could fight against them. These awakened people soon created a safe zone, but on the other hand, the non-influential and weak people were forced to live in the wilderness while being constantly hunted by the monsters. This is the story of Kim Seon-woo, who was born in the wilderness but later gets the ability to copy a dead metahuman superpower. This is a newly released manhwa with amazing art and a good storyline. The main character is weak at the start but becomes strong quickly after getting his ability. He is also very smart and makes a proper plan before doing anything. So, if you are looking for a good monster hunter manhwa with a cheat system, then you won't be disappointed. Coming up next, we have Archmage Streamer. Jung Hyun-woo plays as a high-leveled mage in a virtual reality MMO game, which he achieved after 5 years of hard work. He takes part in raids and earns a small amount of money to maintain his family. On his walk home, an electric wire fell on him, which altered his DNA. He tries to log into his account after the accident, but his DNA has altered, and the only way to get in is through a DNA check. He loses his account and creates a new one, but this time he obtains a highly rare class that only a few individuals in the world have in their possession. This is a cool manhwa. It's not the most creative, but each chapter leaves you wanting more. The plot moves along at a good, fast pace, and the main character is always improving and growing stronger. I recommend it to RPG game fans, and now that Season 1 is complete, it's the perfect time to binge read it all. And finally, we have Return of the SSS Class Rancor. Roken was the king of violence who reigned as the strongest in the virtual reality game. Unfortunately, the assassination order issued by an enemy guild caused him to lose everything. To his surprise, the next time he woke up, he had returned to 3 years ago. Thus, a new story begins as Roken, who traveled back in time, climbs his way back to the top. The story is nothing new, but the execution of the plot is on another level. The MC becomes super overpowered early on, which he combines with the fighting skills he already possessed from the original timeline. The art in this manhwa is excellent, with amazing fight scenes that are always rewarding to see. This is a must-read.